Hello, this is Zippi, nurse and certified food addiction counselor. Welcome to the weekly Zippi Live, a weekly live vlog here on Facebook, and after that recorded. The recording is left on my page and in my YouTube channel, Zippi GPS to Sugar Free. Today, I want to talk about a subject that I read about in a wonderful book by a wonderful man named Seth Godin. He is quite famous and has written many bestsellers on entrepreneurship and marketing. And he talked about the mindset of scarcity versus the mindset of abundance. He was talking about it from a marketing perspective, right? Where, let's say, marketing from the mindset of scarcity would be last one in stock, buy now, all kinds of things that make people feel like if they don't pay for it or buy it right now, they're going to miss out on something. Versus a marketing from a mindset of abundance. For example, what I'm doing now, right? Like I have so much to give that I have absolutely no problem giving some free tips and support and tools every single week for about 10 minutes on every time on a different subject, because there is so much that I have to give that I know that anybody who really wants to work with me maybe will get it from the fact that they have seen what support they can get without even paying anything. So that will make them even more motivated to work with me on a one-to-one basis if they're looking, for example, to start living a sugar-free life, to go in a very professional and caring way to detox from sugar and in parallel change the mindset and the relationship with food, body image, and really just live a happy and healthy life. So I want to talk about those two mindsets in the context of a sugar-free life. Because what happens is a lot of times, actually, naturally speaking, like our mind is more wired towards a mindset of scarcity rather than a mindset of abundance, because, and especially when it comes to food, because the default for really for all of humanity until the last like 50, 70 years was that there is a scarcity of food. Food is not abundant, it's scarce. We have to work hard to get it. So if it's there, eat it because you don't know when it's going to be there again. So we are biologically and naturally wired towards a mindset of scarcity when it comes to food. And this can really work against us in a very food rich, and especially when it's all these hyper delicious, hyper addictive, hyper fattening, hyper damaging to your health foods, and we are being stimulated to eat them 24/7. So what happens, for example, right? You go to work and somebody has brought this like really amazing cake with like, I don't know, all these layers and creams and things sticking out of it and I don't know what, right? And maybe their daughter got married, maybe somebody got a promotion, maybe somebody's leaving and is making like some kind of a part. Maybe, I don't know, the workplace, your workplace is celebrating some kind of target that they got to, right? And what happens is because we are so naturally inclined to this like mindset of scarcity with food, so we're celebrating with food and a lot, because a lot will signify abundance, right? So let's bring a lot of food, a lot of junky food like cakes and cookies and all kinds of pastries or salty things and like snacks and stuff like that. And of course, there's going to be that obligatory, very sad looking, platter of vegetables on the side so that they can say we also brought some vegetables or what have you. But there's a lot of very, very stimulating food. And then what happens is we go into this default mode of a mindset of scarcity. Wow, like there's this really amazing looking cake or whatever it is, right? And I will never see this cake again. So if I don't taste some now, I will never know how this cake tasted. Oh my gosh, I have to have some. I have to taste some. But here's the thing. We can actually use the mindset of abundance to help us in those situations, because I mean, let's face it, if we really use our logical mind, a cake like that is never going to be around again. Give me a break. It's going to be there within the next 7 days, if not once, then twice or three more times, right? Because there's like always these things happening. If it's at work or at home, we're having guests and holidays, and like, and every celebration has to be with all this like super rich, hyper palatable food, which means that there will always be another cake, another snack, another something for you to taste another time. So you can use that mindset of abundance. There is abundance of these foods. It means that you don't have to have some every single time. You can say, this time I won't because tomorrow it'll be there again anyway. And that is how we can really overcome that natural tendency to feel like we have to have some, otherwise we're going to miss out. And it's so not true, right? I mean, we're not going to miss out because there is going to be, within a very short period of time, another opportunity to have some kind of junky food like that. And what happens is when we get into this mindset of abundance, that there is abundance of these things, so we don't have to have some of it now, then it really helps us to react less impulsively to these hyper palatable foods that are really sometimes so hard to, to really like defend ourselves from that hyperstimulation that they bring. And this is I think, a very good strategy to do that. It sort of connects with that just for today, that's, in a lot of the 12-step anonymous programs you will hear. What basically are they saying, right? Just today I won't eat. Tomorrow it'll be around again. I can, I can push off that decision till tomorrow. And in basically, of course, tomorrow again, it's just for today. But basically what we're doing is we're taking baby steps to get to a big goal at the end. So remember, there is abundance. We can live in the mindset of abundance. We do not really lack anything today. The truth is that today our lives are easier and more abundant they have ever been in the history of mankind. And that's also true about food. So remember that there is an abundance. We don't need to taste a cake just because it looks good and it's there. And of course, the food industry, and especially the junk food industry, plays on that natural tendency of the mindset of scarcity, right? It's like it's not going to be there again. And that's so we can, on a conscious level, really work in a different way and decide that we are changing our mindset from this mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance, also when it comes to foods and our food choices. So I hope that this helps give you some food for thought, some abundant thought about food. And I would like to update, if anybody is looking to get some professional guidance on detoxing from sugar or going sugar free, just changing your relationship with food, you can please PM me. I'm more than happy to. This is one of, really my goal in life is to help people really get to a place where they can find food freedom, where they can live a life where food isn't what controls and obsesses them, but is really something that nourishes the body and the soul. And to really get free of all that diet mentality and all these mindsets that really can play havoc with our self-esteem, with our health, with our weight, with with almost every aspect in our life, because it starts with the food. And if you are watching the recording of this live, or if you're watching it, the live here in Hi Nomi, so glad to see you again. If you would like to get the weekly Zippi live straight into your inbox, there's a link in the first comment on my Facebook page. It'll be in the first comment in the YouTube channel. It will be in the description. There is a link where you can sign up to get the weekly Zippi live straight into your inbox, and I'll be there every week with tips and support for your sugar-free journey. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week, Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. Israel time. Bye-bye.